The puppy was still alive. That's what made it worse. It was scratching at the inside of the window, whining, pacing across the back seat of an abandoned car in a restaurant parking lot in Asheville, North Carolina. The doors were unlocked. The jacket was folded neatly, fast food wrappers on the floor, and drawn across the back window in red lipstick. A pair of lips. Whoever left that car there wanted it found. The car belonged to 18-year-old Zebb Quinn. He had been missing for 2 days, and this was not a random disappearance, because the last person to see him alive would later turn out to be a killer. But in 2000, nobody knew that yet. Help this channel grow. Like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more stories. This helps us a lot. Thank you. January 2nd, 2000. Zebb finishes his shift at Walmart. Normal night, normal plans. He's meeting a friend and coworker, Robert Jason Owens, to look at a car he might buy. They leave in separate vehicles. They're driving through the mountains when it happens. Zebb's pager goes off. He checks the number, and something changes. Not panic, not fear, urgency. He tells Owens he has to turn around, immediately. No explanation. He makes a U-turn and drives off into the dark. That's the last confirmed time anyone sees him alive. Now here's the first problem. The page was traced, and it may not have come from who Zebb thought it did, which means he may have been lured. But by who? Owens keeps driving. Later that night, he crashes his own car into a tree. He says it was an accident. Convenient timing. Police find him injured. He tells them Zebb left suddenly after getting paged. That's all he knows. But investigators notice something. His story shifts slightly in retellings. Not enough to arrest him, just enough to bother detectives. Then 2 days later, Zebb's car is found, and the case explodes into something far stranger. The car wasn't dumped, it was staged. The vehicle isn't hidden, it's parked cleanly in a restaurant lot, almost deliberately placed. Inside, Zebb's jacket, a hotel key that wasn't his, food trash, the puppy, the lipstick drawing, no blood, no visible struggle, nothing broken, which creates a dangerous possibility. Did he leave voluntarily? Police don't think so, because Zebb was responsible, close to his family. He had plans. You don't abandon your car. You don't leave a puppy locked inside. And you definitely don't vanish without touching your bank account ever again. So now investigators are staring at something worse. Someone staged this. But staging requires time, which means whoever did it wasn't panicking. They were thinking. That's when attention tightens around Owens. Owens cooperates, takes a polygraph. The results? Inconclusive. No body, no weapon, no witnesses. And without a body, there's no murder charge. So months pass, then years. The case cools. Rumors grow. Online forums dissect every detail. Some believe it was jealousy. Some believe there was a hidden relationship. Others focus on the pager. Because here's what makes that detail dangerous. Evidence suggested the page may have originated near Owens, meaning the urgent message that pulled Zebb away that night may have been orchestrated. If that's true, then this wasn't spontaneous. It was a setup. And that changes everything. But still, no body, no arrest, and time protects the guilty, or so it seemed. Fast forward to 2015. Owens is arrested, not for Zebb, for the brutal murder and dismemberment of a married couple. And suddenly, the cold case file gets pulled off the shelf, because now the last person to see Zebb alive isn't just suspicious, he's a convicted killer. Detectives re-interview him, pressure increases, and this time, he cracks. He admits that after the pager incident, he and Zebb argued. He says he struck him, claims it wasn't planned, claims Zebb hit his head. But then comes the detail that destroys any sympathy. He dismembered the body and scattered the remains in a remote part of Rutherford County. That's not panic, that's concealment. And now, for the first time in 20 years, investigators have a location. But here's the next spike. What if he was lying again? 2020. Search teams comb wooded land in North Carolina. Dense terrain, years of erosion, animals, weather, time. Then they find human remains. Forensic testing begins. Months pass, and finally, DNA confirms it. They belong to Zebb Quinn. After 22 years of silence, the mountains give him back. Owens pleads guilty to second-degree murder. Officially, the case is solved. But solved doesn't mean simple, because we still don't know one thing. Why? Why stage the car? Why leave the puppy alive? Why draw lipstick lips? That detail has never been fully explained. Some believe it was misdirection, to suggest a woman was involved, to muddy the investigation. Others think it was personal humiliation, an inside message, a twisted signature. And then there's the pager again, because if Owens sent it, then Zebb didn't randomly drive away that night. He was manipulated. He trusted the person beside him, and that trust is what killed him. That's what makes this case hit differently. It wasn't a stranger in the dark. It wasn't random violence. It was proximity and calculated betrayal. For 22 years, Zebb's family didn't know. Was he alive? Was he suffering? Was he out there somewhere? Cold cases don't just freeze investigations. They freeze grief. You can't mourn properly without certainty, and every year without answers feels like suspended reality. Until one day, a confession, a search, a confirmation, and the waiting ends. But here's the truth most people don't say. Justice delayed doesn't undo what happened. It just closes the file. Imagine this. You're 18. You get a page from someone you trust. You turn your car around. You pull off the road. You think you're handling something small, and instead, you're walking into the last minutes of your life. No warning, no defense, just betrayal. For 22 years, the only evidence was a parked car and a confused puppy. But eventually, even the quietest lies decay, and the mountains gave up their secret. Not quickly, not easily, but eventually. And that's the part criminals always underestimate. Time doesn't always protect you. Sometimes, it just waits.